Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Jason. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my thoughts and experiences as a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu white belt. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So just to give you guys some background, it was really just this summer in particular where I kind of devoted a lot of my time as a martial artist to expand my skill set. So I've been training consistently in Muay Thai, Judo, Jiu Jitsu, kickboxing, all of those, almost on an everyday basis. Apart from my main background, which is 15 plus years in Shotokan karate, you know, I've dabbled in grappling and like other striking arts like kickboxing, Muay Thai, but really it's just been kind of, you know, interspersed throughout my years being a martial artist. So this summer in particular, I just made it a goal of mine to just be consistent and to be in the gym. Because I had the time on my hands, I wanted to really just, you know, push myself as a martial artist. And today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about, you know, what it's like for me being a white belt all over again in a, you know, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu gym. So I started, I signed up for this gym that I'm training at about, it's August, maybe 3 months ago. And I've been dropping in there, you know, for the last year, but they were just drop-ins, like every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, something like that. So it was never a consistent thing where I was in the gym training every day. This summer I've had time to train every day for the most part, sometimes even twice a day, combining my jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai training there. And it's great that they offer both, but today's video is going to be mainly more about the jiu-jitsu because in karate I've already had, you know, kind of a striking basis and foundation. So jiu-jitsu, what is jiu-jitsu? If you are an absolute like beginner, you have no idea what jiu-jitsu is. It's the art of strangling each other and imposing your will and just restraining your opponent or your training partners. So yeah, that was just kind of like the basic way of explaining it. Let's just start off with do I like jiu-jitsu? Do I like jiu-jitsu? Dude, it's like one of the best things I could have ever gotten myself into as a martial artist. Being in karate so long, like a traditional martial arts school and setting, it's very kind of in your head, theoretical. Sometimes a lot of the things that I've done or experienced were just like, it's not tangible, meaning like you can't really like grab something, you can't really make the contact, and there's not a lot of like biofeedback for your body to, you know, make adjustments and calculations and recalibrations, which is very important in fighting, I feel like. So that's one of the pros and the positive aspects right away upon me signing up for jiu-jitsu full-time. It's just me becoming more sensitive and intuitive with my body, just because you can't learn jiu-jitsu, you know, just like an online, or you can't really learn jiu-jitsu just by reading a book about it. You have to be hands-on. And that's the thing I like the most, being hands-on. With like, you know, traditional martial arts, you have a lot of them are form-based, they're kata-based. So you can just pull up a book, look at the pictures, and just try to form yourself in their posture. Jiu-jitsu is not like that. You can't just, you know, mimic a triangle in the air and, oh, I know jiu-jitsu now. You need to apply it. And that's one of the main takeaways and the things I love about it so far. It's just you learn very quickly what works and what doesn't. And, you know, being the lowest rank there, you have to subject yourself to being humble. And that's what I was ever since the first day I stepped into the gym. I never let anybody really know that, you know, I do this YouTube thing. I never really let people know that I'm a 4th degree black belt in Shotokan karate. I just wanted to, you know, be treated for the way I was performing. And early on, I was getting tapped a lot, you know. I was getting hurt a lot too, because I would go to they have these classes every Saturday in the morning, early in the morning, where it's just straight sparring on the ground, like rolling, jiu-jitsu. And the guys who would typically show up are like brown, black, purple belts. And like sometimes I would just be the only white belt. So I was kind of surprised in the beginning. But, you know, thank God that the dudes there were pretty nice. And looking back, they were probably taking it easy on me, but I was still getting crushed. I was getting smashed. I was getting choked out. I was getting armbarred. I was getting strangled. Okay, that was just like a piece of humble pie for me. And, you know, I had to learn the hard way. I was getting hurt, and there was a period of time where I would swallow and I would feel this huge pain in my throat, like constantly. Eating, sleeping, it was just always there. And it just kind of made me check myself, you know. And I would just become more aware and sensitive over time. The thing about jiu-jitsu is after you get tapped, okay, this is the key thing about jiu-jitsu, I feel like, and what makes it such a highly effective art. And that white belts there, blue, purple, brown, black, those are true ranks. You don't need any governing body. You don't need any affiliation, any overhead, because typically, I'm assuming that most black belts would not be able to be submitted by a white belt. And, you know, that's the case. If you're a black belt, you should be submitting everybody under your rank. And from what I've seen and experienced, that holds true. Yeah, so the key thing that is like so paramount in jiu-jitsu is that after you tap, maybe due to a chokehold, arm lock, foot lock, whatever, after you tap, you start over. All right, when you start over, you're both in equal, fair positions. You're not just gonna start with the other person mounting you. I mean, unless you're drilling. So when you're rolling, you tap out, you tap the other person, and you start over. So for me, in the beginning, I was being tapped out maybe as early as 20 seconds into the round. All right, we would spar for 6-7 minute rounds. 20 seconds, I already am being strangled, all right, by some like monster. Okay, it's not a pleasant feeling at all. But the thing is, over time, you know, I was staying consistent. Even though I was getting smashed that one day, I was in the gym again the next day after. All right, there's a learning curve. And instead of me being tapped in 20 seconds, I would be sensitive enough, because after the tap, we would start over. So I'm able to analyze the steps leading up to the tap. So I would be more sensitive to their submission attempts. Okay, if they say they got me with a triangle, all right, and then I tap, and then I get tapped again by the triangle, we start over again. And over time, your body just learns to adapt. Okay, it learns to adapt and adjust, make adjustments to the movements of your partner. You'll be able to recognize and it's just like learning to spot telegraphs when someone's gonna punch you. If they wind up like that, you know the punch is coming. So same thing goes for jiu-jitsu. Because you're always maintaining some form of contact, it's like a body intelligence that you develop like no other sport that I've been a part of. I mean, sure, there's judo. I'm a blue belt in judo. And there's wrestling. I wrestled. Again, I dabbled in wrestling in high school. So I've had these grappling experiences, but none like what I'm doing right now, where I'm training every day. And the key for me was just being consistent. If I get smashed this day, you know, I hurt my rib that day, I'm still in the gym. And just finding smarter, more efficient ways to approach my training. I'm still a white belt, guys, but I'm doing a lot better, and for the most part I'm having fun, and I'm seeing gains not only in my technique but physically, spiritually, mentally, everything. And I attribute all those things to my training. I'm just in general a more calm, confident person because of jiu-jitsu. And coming from a karate background, I just feel like it took my game to the next level, because I feel fairly comfortable in a stand-up fight when it just comes to strikes. But before, when I would get taken down, you know, I would have a basic understanding of what to do, but anybody who's been training would be able to submit me. And now it's not the case. I'm starting to become a problem. All right, I'm starting to become a problem in the gym. You know, I'm giving people challenges. I'm not just the easy tap dude anymore. Coincidentally, I'm one of the lighter guys in the gym, perhaps one of the lightest guys in the gym. And I see some, you know, people around my weight, some of the lighter weighing guys, they kind of just avoid sparring against bigger dudes. But you know, for me, I welcome that. I welcome the challenges, and I feel like that's what has helped me progress, like at the level I'm progressing. Not to sound like overconfident or anything. I mean, I still get humbled, and I'm still learning. You know, I'm a white belt, but from where I was at day one to where I am now, I see tangible growth and results, because when new people step in the gym, you know, I'm all over them. All right, that new person that steps in now used to be me, but now, because I've been consistent day in, day out, showing up, all right, I've seen a change and witnessed a change in my level, experienced it. And that's the great thing about jiu-jitsu. Sometimes when you're in karate or other martial arts, you get your green belt, you get your purple belt, but like, do you really feel like you're at a new level? Maybe, yeah, maybe some of you guys do, but you know, for me, when I was training in karate, I got my 4th degree black belt. It was just another day, okay? Because I don't know, I don't really know how to explain it, but there is tangible growth you can experience with jiu-jitsu. I guess that's all I have for you guys right now. I do plan on getting my blue belt. I'm gonna still keep up with my training even when I go back to work in the fall. I'll just be attending my classes at nighttime. I attend my classes at the Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu during the day, but I'm gonna keep this up. And one of my goals, guys, is just, you know, I'm a black belt in karate already. I want to level up in judo as well, and of course Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I might even try to compete by the end of this year. So let's see how things go. And if you guys made it this far into the video, big thank you. Again, this is your boy Jason signing out.